and welcome back to yet another video. Today we are doing something different yet again. Today we are going to make a tier list based on the last 10 to 15 years Champions League finals. I thought this was an interesting idea, and from a very neutral perspective and keeping my Real Madrid bias aside, I am going to rate all the Champions League finals by a tier list, alright? All the bias will be thrown out of the window. At this moment, I will have no more bias. That's it. Okay, anyway, let's get to the video, man. Obviously, the tier list I'm looking at right now is all Champions League finals in the last 15 years. But I'm going to take a pass on certain Champions League finals because I wasn't old enough to live in the occasion, if that makes sense. And by the way, hold your horses, alright? Before we get into the ratings, I need to explain how I'm rating this. So we have the topmost tier, God Goosebumps. This is a kind of tier where you will never, ever lose the adrenaline rush whenever you watch this, alright? I feel like this is like the most supreme tier and you can never get bored of these kind of games. The next tier is Amazing Feels. Amazing Feels is basically great game, amazing goosebumps at that time, but as you start watching it, slowly as time passes by, the feeling gets slightly less, but it's still up there, alright? Bang Average, it's like basically, okay, it was a good final, good time to watch, but can I really watch it again? Okay, I mean, max 2 to 3 times, but not more than that. Meh is basically like you watch it one time and you feel like, okay, this is okay. And the last tier is I'd rather watch Sunday League. That is where all ties have been let loose. There is no bullshit there. You come to a stage where you feel like, okay, I'm done, alright. I'm not watching another Champions League final. So you know what? We're going to go through all the Champions League finals now, starting from 2004. Let's get to it. So starting off from 2004, I'm not going to be rating 2004, alright? 2004 was a Porto Champions League winner under Jose Mourinho. I heard it was freaking phenomenal, but I don't know how the final was because I for sure didn't live in the moment. And also, I personally never watched the whole Porto game, the final game in 2004. So I'm going to take a pass on that. Next is 2005 Istanbul Liverpool win. This is friggin' God Goosebumps, man. Hands down. You can't disagree with that, alright? No way you can disagree with that. I know I didn't live in the moment back then, but even now when I watch it, fam, it gives me, that gives me like goosebumps like crazy, alright? Like, how can you imagine a team that can come back 3-0 down to time 3-3? Too much gas. And them also winning the penalty shootout consequently. It's mad, alright? It's mad. 2006 and 7, I'm going to take a pass on them as well because both were 2-1 wins. One was against one was in Paris against Arsenal, which was a Barcelona Champions League win, and 2007 was Milan versus Liverpool again, but they won 2-1 this time. Dude, 2007 Kaká was unbelievable, man. If you guys remember, there is a very famous goal against Manchester United at the Old Trafford where he literally just buried them, man. I can't forget that. But anyway, we're diverting. Now, starting from 2008, I'm going to be rating each and every final, alright? Because I pretty much know what went down in each of these finals. I mean, even on a 90 minutes basis or even if it's a 120 minutes, I know what went down. So starting from 2008, I think this is Amazing Feels. Maybe because I'm a Real Madrid fan, I'm not giving it God Goosebumps because I don't really know. But Amazing Feels because it was such an intense final to watch. It was an amazing final that I had witnessed. And also, because it was so, it was also so captivating in the sense that there were like very high swings of emotion in that game. Like, you saw Ronaldo score a monstrous header in the final. and then he goes on to miss a penalty against, the penalty shootout against Peter Cech. And then you see John Terry bottle it somehow, who was like really phenomenal that game, and Didier Drogba getting a red card as well. So there were a lot of emotions there for sure. So I feel that Manchester United fans would probably say it's got goosebumps because it's their second very title. But I think from a neutral perspective, I would give this amazing feels, alright? I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. Okay, let's go with Barcelona 2008-9. For me especially, not because it's Barcelona, alright? I'll get there. But I feel like this is bang average. Don't get me wrong, this Barcelona was freaking phenomenal, but they just suppressed that other Manchester United they were playing. They went up with Samuel Eto'o taking the lead and Messi doing his thing with the header. I don't know, man. I felt like this was a bang average final. Barcelona fans would probably watch it again, but I don't know how many neutrals would watch this final again. This was a freaking phenomenal team to look at, but you know what? I'll get there, no worries. 2009-10 Inter Milan final. You know what impressed me? This is again bang average again. I don't know because I'm saying it's amazing feels because Bayern Munich were literally like attacking. They were on the attacking front the whole time. They were calling the shots. They were taking repeatedly. They were attacking Inter Milan's goal. Of course, Inter Milan defensively, what's the word? They defensively unarmed them. That's the word. So, it was a good tactical masterclass from Jose Mourinho back in the day. But I don't know if this was like amazing feels or like really amazing to watch. I don't really know. But I feel like, okay, you can watch this, but I don't know how much swing of emotions there is. See, man, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. But when I look at the Inter Milan Bayern final, it was good. It was, in the sense that you can watch it a couple of times. I don't know if it has the same repeat value as other finals because there are other finals here in comparison. On a very comparative basis, it has to be bang average, man, okay? 2010-11 Barcelona was amazing feels. Now, this is where I was getting to. See, the final against Manchester United, they won 3-1. Same goal difference as it was in Rome. But the Wembley one, it was so good to watch. As much I hate to say it, that it was good to watch. It was actually good to watch, alright? 2010-11 final, Manchester United were actually playing good. But Barcelona, man, oh my god. I've never seen a Barcelona so much in control before. To be honest, they were also going to win the Copa del Rey, but you had Ronaldo on the other team and it just wasn't theirs. Otherwise, this team was another almost treble winning team. They went to the Copa del Rey final. It speaks so much. And I feel like that Barcelona was more interesting to watch than the one that won in 2009. And the final also, 2011 was a bit more intense. Although it was a, tactically overpowering Barcelona, Manchester United were good as well. It's not like they were shit or something. But it's just that their class was way above Manchester United in that game. And I feel like even as a game to look at, it was quite phenomenal. Okay, 2012 Chelsea. This has to be God goosebumps, man. This has to be God goosebumps. I love this final so much. I'm not the greatest fan of Chelsea, but this is a friggin' phenomenal final, man. You had 83rd minute, who was it? It was Thomas Muller scoring. 88th minute, Drogba scoring. Oh my god, Drogba being so clutch at that moment. Drogba hadn't won, basically, for all practical purposes, let's just say that he let his team down, okay, in 2008. Although it isn't really the case, but okay, red card. Probably he could have taken the penalty instead of John Terry. Who knows, man? Who knows? Anything could have happened. So for him to get the red card and get sent off, it's a big blow. It's a big blow, alright? So for him to do that and also score the winner in 2012, I don't know, man. I feel like this is like a huge swing of emotions when it comes to the 2012 Champions League final. I love that final so much. I love that final and I watch it anytime, any day, man. 2013 Bayern Munich. You know what? With the Bayern Munich final, I get really confused because I don't know whether to go for God goosebumps or amazing feels, man. It's so weird. What should I go for? You know what amazing feels? I mean, it ended before full time. It was Robin, man. He scored an amazing goal. That goal was like, it was so amazing. I like that goal. It may be in like the most weirdest way, as in how he cut that goal in. But believe me, even as a contest, it was really intense. Should I go for God Goosebumps? You know what? I'll try changing my mind later. Let's complete everything and then review it. La Decima. Oh! 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 Are you going to tell me it is something less than God Goosebumps? Huh? Are you going to tell me La Decima is something less? Shut up! God, La Decima, Mr. 9248 will always be in my heart, alright? God Goosebumps, straight up, there is no argument. 2015 Barcelona. You know what? As a final, it's meh. I didn't personally find it that intense and interesting. Juventus were completely outclassed. There was no intent from Juventus. I feel like it wasn't an interesting game to watch. Okay, I mean, MSN, they did their thing back in that season. Barcelona played well. But I don't know, as a personal preference, the 2015 final is like a meh to me. I don't feel like watching it. I don't know how many people would, honestly. Barcelona 2015, in my opinion, is less interesting than 2009 and 2011. I know they scored over, 120 plus goals or something in 2015. Barcelona weren't exactly Barcelona, the actual Barcelona. The 2011 Barcelona will always be up there, man, among the best teams. But the final in Berlin, not really the most interesting one to watch. The 2016 final in Milan, okay, there's a very catchy thing to this. You know what? In Milan, it went to the penalty shootout, but this is a meh. This is a meh final. I remember this final being kind of boring, man. It only got interesting when it went to the penalties. Until then, it was not even like Real Madrid were taking too many shots and Atletico was taking too many shots. It wasn't anything like that. It was just everything that all over the place, man. We couldn't complete passes. Ronaldo was having a bad game. Benzema was having a bad game. As I recall, I didn't like this final that much. Only when the penalty shootout came, I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? Because penalties is penalties, as always. I'm not going to let the very existence of a penalty shootout in a game determine what value it adds to a certain game, okay? As a final, I don't think it was that captivating as the other finals. We were winners, man. We were winners, but no. Oh, Real Madrid versus Juventus 2017. This is amazing feels for me. Always, always. And I'll tell you why. You guys might say, oh, he just said that if it's a tactical outclassing, it's going to be boring, and that's why I put 2015 Barcelona. And man, what's so special about 2017 Real Madrid? I'll tell you what's so special about 2017 Real Madrid. And I'll tell you why that final was so special. Yes, we tactically outclassed Juventus. But we literally did that against a Juventus that had conceded 2 goals in the whole competition, alright? 2 goals. And even as a final, it's very interesting to watch. Yes, the first half was pretty even from both sides, man. It's only when the second half came and Real Madrid started to do a madness and demoralize Juventus. A Juventus that was called favourites back in the day to win the Champions League, man. They conceded 2 freaking goals, man, the whole tournament. Has anyone got an argument for that? No, right? Then get back. 2018, I mean, I love that final. Karius, whoop! But no, I don't know how many times I would watch it. I mean, I've watched it 3-4 times now. The whole 90 minutes, I think. Or maybe skipping it by fast forwarding it. But the point is, I don't know if I would watch 2018 Real Madrid win against Liverpool as often as I did for the Real Madrid Juventus in 2017. It's just levels, man. Like, the Liverpool one, we were in control most of the time. I don't remember us being pressured by them. And also, Liverpool were on fire back in the day. So, we kinda got the better of them because of our European experience for that long in the competition. So, as a final for me to watch, it's kind of bang average. It's not that amazing. It doesn't give me amazing feels. And last but not the least, but also the worst final I've ever watched. Liverpool versus Tottenham last year. Oh! I've never watched any shitty final than this before, alright? I've never watched anything shittier than this. Literally, it's such a dumb final, man. I'd rather watch a Sunday League game, man. It was so boring. I think I even slept when it was the 30th minute. That boring of a final it was. I'm sorry, but Liverpool versus Tottenham has to be the most boring final I've ever watched. I'm pretty sure the recent Liverpool versus Tottenham that Liverpool won 2-1 at London, or I think at Anfield, when Harry Kane scored the first minute goal, that was way more interesting, man, than the Champions League final. Allow it. That's the tier list, fam. I know we left out 3 finals and I left it for good. I don't want to be a bad judge. Okay? So, based on my tier list, I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my choices to put them in Got Goosebumps, Amazing Feels, Bang Average, Meh, and I'd rather watch Sunday League. I don't think anyone can dispute me for putting Liverpool versus Tottenham in I'd rather watch Sunday League, but maybe you can try challenging me at the other tier list that I've sorted the other finals into. Alright? So that's been the video, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, don't be stupid and stay home, and peace!
Yeah, I've been cooking